Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are listening to today's Life After Hurt podcast with yours truly, Nicole and Sweeney. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in to episode number 35 entitled A Change for Journey. Before I go into today's episode, I want to share with you what God was speaking to me as I was switching out my summer clothes to my fall and winter clothes. Now, let me tell you, first of all, this is something I had never done before. Every year when the season changes, maybe it's because I don't feel like doing it or I just haven't had the energy to do it. But for whatever the reason, when these seasons has changed, God has been just showing me that I need to switch out my summer clothes and my spring clothes to put away and pull out my fall and my winter clothes because as you know, in the New Jersey area, we are entering into the fall season. So as I was switching out my clothes and just reorganizing my dressers, my drawers, my closet, everything that I was thinking about and just trying to organize my space, my bedroom space, God began to discipline me. He said, Nicole, you have been overlapping seasons. And as I begin to listen more to God, every season has its time and every season has its place. And oftentimes we take seasons, previous seasons, into our current seasons. And when God was sharing me and revealing that to me, he said, Nicole, you cannot properly enjoy a season or get everything out of your current season if you're still holding on to your previous season, right? Sometimes we hold on to old relationships, hopeful relationships. We hold on to friendships. We hold on to lost job opportunities. We hold on to negative mindsets. We hold on to things that may have hurt us from the past, and we bring them into our new season. And while that is difficult sometimes to deal with, God is telling us and showing us that He wants us to be present and front and center in our current season. So, as I was cleaning more and more and reorganizing things more and more, I got to my t-shirts. Now, t-shirts for me, I feel like are all year round because sometimes I wear my t-shirts under my sweatshirt or I'll wear my t-shirts around the house just to lounge around. And so I said to myself, Nicole, you don't need to put your t-shirts away. You can keep your t-shirts as a part of your current season. And then God began to reveal to me, he said, Nicole, those t-shirts you can wear all year around. Yes. However, there are certain things that you need to take with you in every season. And so I was like, okay, God, what can we take into every season of our lives? And so God said, strength, happiness, joy, laughter, integrity, the promises of God, all those things we need to get through every season we go through. Resiliency, prayer, all those things. So be encouraged by that. Whatever season you are currently in, let go of the previous season. I know it's hard. I know there may be some tears shed from letting go of your previous season. And trust me, I have shed some tears from some previous seasons. However, God is calling us to be front and center and present with our current season so that we can enjoy our current season and so that we can learn and get all that God wants from us in this current season. So I hope you are encouraged by that. Now, let's get into the podcast. A change for Journee. Grace and Journee continued to hang out a little bit and they got to know each other a little bit more. However, Journee was finishing up her 2 years at Hopeville Community College. And now it was time for her to transition to a different season in her life. So exciting news. She got accepted to Robinson University, which was a 4-year college, and she had applied previously but didn't get in. But God saw fit for this season for her to get accepted. She was very excited, and she would be finally living on campus. She would be 2 hours away from home, from her friends and family, but Journee was all about change. She was totally open to change. Now, a couple of months before she actually moved to Robinson University, the new college she got accepted to, her baby sister, Joy, and Journee went to Elder Bluestone's football game. Elder Bluestone was a football coach, and he would often invite Journee and her siblings to attend the game. So they attend the game together. They have a good time. And when the game was over, Journee and Joy were actually standing outside of the locker room until Elder Bluestone had finished talking to her team. Plot twist, Khase was at the game as well. So as they're waiting, Joy gets stung by a bee. And not only does she get stung by a bee, she gets stung by a bee in her lip. So frantically, Journee, being the big sister that she is, immediately went and got help because she wanted to help out her little sister. So she had no other choice but to talk to Khase and ask him for help. So Khase went and got an ice pack and he gave it to Journee. As soon as Journee got the ice pack, Journee helped out her baby sister Joy and put it on her lip. Thankfully, all went well for Joy. Her lip no longer was hurting and it began to feel a whole lot better. So as they walked to the car, guess what, y'all? Khase whispered something to Journee. They had a short conversation, and then he asked Journee if he can speak to her in person. Now, this took Journee by a surprise, considering everything that was going on between Journee, Khase, and Gracie. So Journee was very reluctant, but she agreed to speak with him in person. So that is all I am going to share with you guys on this podcast episode. I want you to go and purchase my book and find out exactly the conversation that Journee and Khase had. And today's affirmation is: trust when God closes certain doors. Trust when God closes certain doors. Sometimes we often try to take control of situations and things in our lives, thinking we know best for what our future is and what we want out of life. But when God closes a door, we have to trust it. We can't go and open the door back up. We can't crack it a little bit to see if there's something still there, to see if, something will come out, even to see if we can get closure for a situation. A closed door is closure enough. So you don't need to go and open any doors that God has closed, right? And like I was saying earlier, when there is a season that's over, a previous season that's over, let it be a previous season. Allow God to do new things in your life and to lead you to another door that is for you. And I promise, God's doors are always better than the doors that we have for ourselves, and even the doors we think we need closure from when the door is closed. So be encouraged. Know that you can trust God when He closes certain doors because He has so much more behind a new door and new opportunities. So, you guys have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you're listening to this podcast episode. And remember that God is proud of you. All right, guys, take care. Bye.